Happy Labor Day, everybody. This is Chris from CD Scale Models. I'm a little under the weather today. I think because the weather's changing, I'm a little congested in my chest, and I've noticed it for the last couple of days. So I was supposed to go to my in-laws today to have a barbecue, and I was really looking forward to it because I wanted to take one of my muscle cars out to give it a nice ride. But my wife is coronavirus crazy, and I know that my in-laws and my brother-in-law are the same. So I know if I would have went to their house and if it would have gotten out that, I wasn't feeling well, my brother-in-law would have hidden in the bedroom or something like that. And, he would have been uncomfortable that I was there. So I just said, you know what? Let me not even argue. I just said to my wife, you know what? I'll just stay home. So my wife and kids went, and I'm fine. I don't have any of that. I know what it is because I know when I get congested, I know what it is. So basically, it's because the weather's changing and I'm a little congested and I was sweating this morning. So that's all it really is. You could probably hear it in my voice. I sound a little nasal, but I don't think it's anything else other than that. But I've been a busy bee. I had a great time in Lake George. The hotel was a nightmare. I'm not going to get into it, but I will not be staying at the Best Western in Lake George any longer. It was ridiculous. I cannot tell you the amount of problems I've had, and I've stood there for the last 3 years prior, so this is my fourth time there, and it was absolutely horrendous. Just problem after problem after problem. Excuse me. So, needless to say, there was a hotel right across the street. I mean, you could trip over hotels in Lake George. They're all over the place. But there's a nice hotel literally across the street. We looked into that, and we're going to probably go there next year. So, Best Western, sayonara. And if anyone's going to Lake George or anything, stay away from the Best Western. Just do yourself a favor. Anyway, we have color. We're not in 2K because I ran out of 2K because of my Yenkos. I'm waiting to get more 2K from No Name, Spray Gunner. Once I get that, I'll shoot this car with 2K. I'm in no rush again, but I use the MCW, the Merca Blue, the lacquer. The MCW is a really nice paint, but oh my God, I went through an entire bottle of it. It's thinner than water. It's a good paint, but I could not believe how fast I went through the whole bottle. And I put maybe 5 coats on this car. And I mean, it's, I thought I'd at least get, 2 cars out of it, but I got one. I barely have enough for anything else. Thank God I had no problems. If I have to re-clear this car or repaint it, or if I have an issue, I got to get another bottle of that. And my understanding is they won't send you just one bottle. You have to order a few for the shipping. So I'm really hoping I have no problems. Otherwise, it's a really nice paint. It's like Subaru blue. I believe I mentioned that in my last video. I wanted to mention in my last video, I saw a couple of guys were commenting when I made the video, and my friend from the Stashport, I'm sure he knows what I meant, but I'll reiterate. On the last build, on the last update, I said that on this kit, I'm not going to futz with it too much because the fitment issues are what they are, and there's a lot of issues with this kit, so I don't want to do too much with it. But he made a comment like, something along the lines of, he's not going to futz with the kit, but yet he has all these other add-ons. I'm not going to build the kit strictly out of the box. This is just for anyone who doesn't know. I'm not going to build the kit strictly out of the box and just leave it alone. That's just not me. Even if I have to put valve stems on a kit, I can't leave it alone. On this particular kit, I'm not going to do anything that is really going to possibly interfere with the structural integrity of the kit. So the little grommets on the seats, that's fine because that's not going to do any damage or do anything to the integrity of the kit. That's not going to affect any fit issues. I did get rid of the valve stems that were molded in. Little things like that. That's not going to affect the integrity of the kit. Yes, I'm adding on my own dual harness seatbelts in a blue and things like that. So just to be clear, but he said it in a joking way. I'm not going to do everything to the kit like I normally do, because now you're running the risk of fit issues, and this kit, to my understanding, has loads of fit issues. Things do snap in, and they pretty much can sit on their own without really doing too much. But anyway, I don't want to take too much time up. I did scribe out the panel lines. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but I did scribe them out. I know a lot of people were hesitant and apprehensive on doing that because of the type of plastic, and it is a unique kind of a plastic. It's not like the typical styrene that we work on. It's a little different. When you scribe the panel lines, you don't get like you won't get like little like curls of the styrene. You get dust fragments. So it's almost like how you scribe, like how I guess someone would scribe into clay, for lack of a better term. I don't know what the plastic is or what the material is, but whatever it is, it's not what, typical styrene kits are. Justin and I were able to scribe the panel lines. We were just very careful and methodical, and we had no issues. So I know a few people were hesitant on doing that. Justin and I did it, and it makes a huge difference because this kit really needed panel line accents on it. So we did all the necessary areas. Another thing that I did on this kit was over there on the back here where the little scoops go, and around here they had molded in little rivet details. The 1-to-1 car has that. I drilled every one of them out, and I have 0.4 top studio rivets waiting to be sunken into this kit. It was not an easy task. I went through about probably 6 of the little tiny, but I have a pack of 50. I went through about 6 of the little tiny micro drill bits. But you know what? When I put those silver rivets in there, it's going to make a huge detail, and it's going to make a huge difference. I also, in the back here, I got rid of the rivets that were molded in, and Justin and I actually put the rivet detail in there as well. Hopefully you can see it. So we're going to put the top studio rivets in there as well. The kit does have these little molded in. I don't know what they are. They're little oblong pieces. And I noticed them that they're here. There's one here. They're scattered throughout the kit. They're on the door. I don't know what they are, what they're used for. I don't even know what they're called. Anyway, I got rid of them. And I have these little pins. And the head of the pin is actually kind of like an oblong shape. So I cut the stem off, and I'm going to put the little pin head right into there. It's real metal. It's going to make a huge difference. Yeah, I could have gotten rid of it totally, but I wanted to put the little metal details on this particular kit, just for something a little cool looking as opposed to just, the kit. Plus, I didn't want to start painting or foiling because of the shape. So I figured, well, I have something that would work, and I figured it out. It's almost like a teardrop shape. Anyway, I have those. I believe there's 7 on the kit, if I'm not mistaken. I did mask off all the areas where we didn't want paint, as well as clear. I masked off here. The hood. We have the little scoops. I really didn't do too much other than that. It's a really cool looking blue. Like I said, I cannot wait to put my clear on it because I think it's going to look really, really nice. And I did order gold stripes that are going to go alongside the bottom here. And it just says Ford. I believe it says GT40, and it's gold. I didn't even know that they made stripes, but since I'm doing gold wheels, I saw these stripes, and I reached out to the guy on eBay, and we were chatting, and I said, I have to get these stripes because they are going to make a huge impact on this car because I wanted gold stripes. Keith Marks doesn't make them for this particular kit. I don't know how to make decals. I'm sure there's guys out there on YouTube I could have reached out to, but, I don't like to do that unless I'm really stuck. I could have asked Justin, I'm sure. I could have asked a few guys, but this one particular guy on eBay, he happens to make them in gold. I asked him the questions on the size and the specs. It's going to turn out perfect. I should be getting the stripes one day this week, so on my next update, I'll show you guys the stripes. And I still have some more cleanup to do on a few pieces here and there. I just haven't had a lot of time. But this is where we're at. So far, it's a really cool looking blue. I'm really hoping that the kit, doesn't give Justin and I any issues. Justin did talk about putting magnets on his car. I had the same issue just on the opposite side, so I had to put little tiny magnets. Justin sent me those little tiny mounts that he made. Justin, I want to thank you as always, brother. I appreciate it. Justin and I kind of help each other out when we can. We send each other stuff. I put the magnets on the car, and they seem to work, and they seem to hold, and it looks pretty much seamless. It doesn't look like a hack job. I did it pretty well, got it good. Everything's nice and sunken in, so that'll keep the hatch down. Again, I don't know what the deal is with Meng. I think because they do mostly military and stuff, yeah, they did delve into the car business, but it's a little different than what we're used to, so I'm kind of working, with what we have. It's a little unusual. Not terrible, but I don't know if I would ever do another Meng kit, at least so far, but we'll see what goes on. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base on the Yenko progress. Before I started this car, I was having some issues with one of the Yenko kits. I want to show you the 3 kits. They are all ready, and they are all 2K'd, and I'm going to show you that before I sign off, people. We have Yenkos. We have Fathom Green Chevelle. We have what's close to Olympic gold as far as the Camaro. And then we have, it's the bright light blue, I believe it's called, from Tamiya. It's pretty close to the Le Mans blue. These bodies turned out great. They're all 2K'd. I shouldn't say I had no problems. What I mean is, as far as getting the bodies prepped, I even used black Tamiya acrylic paint underneath the hood and the headliner on all of the cars. That's all ready to go. They came out great. The only problem I had, like I said, this is the only one that gave me the problem the most. After I did the car, there was a tiny little pinhole right there, and as soon as I started to rub on it, it came off. I had to strip the whole body again. I ran out of paint, so I ordered the paint. And of course it came when I was away at Lake George. But I was so close to the end, I said, okay, before I even start that Meng kit, I got to finish this, and I got to put them away. That was the whole point of it. So I got the paint, I decanted it. I had just enough clear, too. I had to measure out my clear. I measured out my clear. I poured it into a bottle. I had a line. What I did was the amount of clear I needed. So I filled up a cup with water. That was the amount of the clear. And then I took another cup next to it, poured the clear into it, made sure it was the same amount. And I said, okay, I have just enough clear for this one body because the 2K was already out of stock. So last week, I was all ready. I got my clear, and when I went to take my activator was hard as a brick. And I go, how can that be? I put the cap on it methodically. Luckily, I saved my activator and my thinner from my other set of 2K from No Name. Don't ask me why I did. I just did. I said, who the hell knows? I ran and grabbed the activator, and I had more than enough. So at the 11th hour, I was like, whew, thank God. So all my next thing was just spraying and making sure I had no issues. I sprayed it. I had 1 or 2 little dust nubs. Got them out. The cars are nice and polished. As you can see, there's really nothing really in the roof for the most part or anywhere else. These kits are pretty much ready to go. I'm going to put them away somewhere safe, and I'm going to continue with the Meng, but I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at. And I got a really good start for 2024. Now, once I'm done with that Meng, assuming that I won't have any problems, I can just work on the interior and the body, sanding and all that. And then once the spring comes around, it's just a matter of, painting the components and assembly. So I already have more than half the battle because everyone knows when you do a body, it's no joke. And I'm pretty methodical when I do my bodies. I get rid of all these seam lines and I get rid of all the emblems and all that. Plus, when I work with lacquers, it's a different ballgame. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. I hope all is well. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, and I'll be back with another update. See you later.